Hi, this is Brent Grover from Evergreen Consulting for Advanced Supply Chain Solutions powered by IBIS. This month's blog topic is Love the Ones You're With, and what it's about is getting more business from the customers we already have. Before I start with today's material, I want to review what we've talked about the last couple of weeks. For one thing, we've been focused on a change in the marketplace. That is, there are fewer prospects out there, and that customers are reducing the number of suppliers they want to deal with, which has made, as a result, fewer opportunities for new accounts for distributors. Also, we discussed the concept that customers for wholesale distributors become more profitable the longer you have them. Long-term customers are stickier, so to speak. They have switching costs that they'd like to avoid, and they tend to stay with the companies they're doing business with. And also, we need to defend ourselves against sniper attacks, particularly from online marketers. Now, with that backdrop, we return to the question of what's our strategy anyway. And as distributors, we really have three choices, but we really have two choices. The three choices are operational excellence, customer intimacy, and product leadership. But as wholesale distributors, product leadership is really in the hands of our suppliers, and the two that we really, most of us, focus on are either operational excellence or customer intimacy, and for most distributors that answer is customer intimacy. So we're intimate with these customers we already have. They're happy doing business with them. Question is, which customers do we want to focus on? And the matrix that is on the screen shows that we have two groups of customers at the top of the screen. They're profitable customers, which is where we ought to spend our time and efforts, and the matrix depicts some of the characteristics of our more profitable customers, which are they place larger orders, their margins are higher because we charge prices closer to the market price, our cost to serve is lower, so they're more profitable customers for us. So that's really where we want to spend our effort. Also, we are reviewing here for just a moment the difficulty index of introducing new products to new customers, which is 10 times more difficult than selling an existing product, a product we're familiar with, that we carry in stock, that we have the right product lines and technical support capabilities. 4 times more difficult to sell a new product to a existing customer, or on the other hand, to sell a familiar product to a new customer. So again, 10 times easier to sell a product we're already good at to a customer who's already buying from us. So that leads us into the tactical question of, well, how do we identify these opportunities? And I suggested a 10 by 10 matrix where we match up the products that we're best at across the top of the matrix, and the customers that we're most familiar with. And these are, in the case of a janitorial supply company, not necessarily these segments, but just customers in these segments. These are representative of customers of a JanSan distributor. So our 10 best customers, our 10 best product categories, looking for opportunities. I want to introduce today another concept, a tactic for doing more business with the customers we already have, and that is for us to do a better job documenting the value that we create for our customers. Wholesale distributors are not very good at that, and the reason is, in most cases, that we don't keep very good records, for one thing, of the special services we provide to our customers. Therefore, we don't have any documentation to provide evidence of our results. And the reason behind that is that most of our salespeople don't really spend much time documenting that type of information. So if the salespeople don't have it, nobody in our company has it. And reasons to do this, the compelling reasons here are not only for the company, let's say the management and shareholders, but also for the salespeople themselves. Documenting what we do for our customers, well, obviously it makes the staff at the customer feel good because they're part of this process. It makes them look good to their bosses and to other people in their company. And then there's also an audit trail for reference, which might help us in the event of a personnel change at the supplier. So what do we want to tell the customer? Well, we really want to say, look, here's how we, as your supplier, helped you reach your goals. Now, that also suggests that we understand what the customer's goals are. How do we find out? Well, one way would be to ask them. Another time-honored tradition is to do a little research, particularly for our companies we deal with that are publicly held. We can get their annual report. Read the CEO's letter to the shareholders. CEOs talk about what they're trying to accomplish with the business. But there are also other ways to pick up cues from the company's literature, website, and other sources of public domains that, let's say, information about the company. But for a wholesale distributor, some of the things we do that are easily documented are we help customers reduce their inventory investment by reducing the stock levels that they have to carry of product in their storeroom. We lower their acquisition and possession costs of carrying these assets. We help them reduce their errors. That's the concept that many companies have embraced, which is Six Sigma, which is error reduction. And also, we help our customers with more uptime, which helps them capture more business and avoid difficult situations with their customers. And of course, there's also the green marketing revolution, which has affected many distributors in all different types of lines of trade. Another thing we can do for our customers where we can keep track of what we've done. So how do we do this? Here's some suggestions. One is to write a letter now and then to the customer saying, dear customer, here's what we've done for you in the last few months. Or here's what we did for you last week in this very special situation. But write that letter. It might be an email, or it might be a real letter that goes into a file. Might be a good idea as far as creating an audit trail. Document the special services. We opened up the warehouse for you in the middle of the night. We were happy to do it. We got you out of trouble. Or we chased all the way across the country and got something for you that you needed and had it shipped on overnight air, and we got it to you the next day. These become stories that storytelling, of course, is a very important way of communicating in the world, and it's no different in business than it is in a family. So stories are helpful, but in the business setting also, business reviews, which many distributors do for their larger customers, where they come in and basically lay out the story of, here's what we've done for you over the last year. What are your plans for next year? How can we help? Well, that's it for this week. This is Brent Grover from Evergreen Consulting for Advanced Supply Chain Solutions, powered by IBIS.